Okay guys, so it's like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm doing a mukbang at like 3 in the morning because I'm at my parents' house and I have not had privacy to do a proper mukbang. Like the other night I tried to shoot one and it just didn't work out, so I ended up deleting the video. So I hope you can hear me. I'm gonna be making sandwiches. Like instead of getting food or something, I'm making sandwiches with some mayo and some bread and some cheese and some meat and some onion and tomato and some lettuce and some secret ingredients to sriracha. So, I'm just gonna be a little homemaker today. Should I say this morning? Don't ask me how I'm awake. And I'm sorry about the washer and the noise in the background. Could not do life without it. I just brushed my teeth. You probably can't tell. Okay, there's no mayonnaise. I don't use anything but mayonnaise on my sandwiches. You got that weird asshole once in a while that uses like butter. Like what do you do? It's a sandwich. It's not a piece of toast. Okay, you can chill with the butter. Okay, I managed to get enough to mayonnaise my sandwich right here. Yes, it's white bread. Yes, it's slowly killing everyone. No, I don't care. I'm in a hurry. Anyways, my back's itching. I work tomorrow very early, so I will not even have time to film one before I go to work. Plus, something happened with the car that I normally drive to work, so I'm going to have to get a ride from my mommy because I'm 25, and bad enough I have no freedom in any other, areas of my life. I was just starting to gain some freedoms, you know what I mean? Like, with the ability to drive myself places and stuff like that, and now it's all being taken away. Like I'm some kind of fucking criminal that killed somebody or something. Thank you. But I'm just gonna make a sandwich here, and then I'm gonna eat it. That's what this video is gonna be about. I think this might be called an Aftermidnight Mukbang though, because it is like 3 in the morning, as I said before. And I like putting mayo on my bread, but I'm weird because I also like licking the mayo off the spoon. Yeah, what's the date on this mayo? Okay, dude, this stuff is good till my birthday this year. I'm gonna be 26 this year, guys. It seems insane to me, that's all I'm saying. Because to me, like, so many other people have so much stuff done when they're 26. And here my ass is making sandwiches and filming it and gonna be eating it on camera too. At 25. I know I'm not 26 yet. I know it. Okay? I know it. So I'm gonna put buffalo turkey and regular turkey, but I'm only gonna put one slice of regular turkey. It's gonna be like a buffer, because this is lunch meat. I cut it in half. I really didn't need to. Did I? There's more of the regular turkey left. I don't really like any other kind of lunch meat, because every other kind of lunch meat I've ever had has been so fatty and so bristly and so gross, like ham included. I like the kind of ham that like pulls apart, not the chipped ham. I don't know what it's even called. It's a certain type of ham that like you can pull it off in little pieces and it's real thin and it's all one color. Chipped ham is like 3 different colors. Get that out of my face. It's all pink, but it's 3 different shades of pink, and to me that's not a healthy ham, okay? When you get a ham for Thanksgiving and you cook that shit in the oven, does it come out 3 different shades of pink? I don't think so. Not unless you burn one half and hardly cook the other. Like, get out of my face. I'm gonna put this in this bag because I really don't want to have to clean this up later. Because there's a mess on this side of my kitchen that you cannot see. I'm not about to show it to you. It's because I don't feel like cleaning when I come home at 8 o'clock, and my parents expect me to, and I don't. See, if I lived on my own and only had my own damn dishes to do, I'd eat something, probably do the dishes before I went to work, and they would stay done all day. Duh. And then I would also have paper plates in the house so that I wouldn't have to dirty every dish and every pot and pan and stupid shit. And I want to get a job where I can make enough to live on my own because I'm so sick of being here, guys. My parents are sick of me, and I'm sick of them, and I'm sick of this, and I'm sick of cleaning up after 3 people because I lived with my cousin for 2 months, and you guys know that I was in a house, and I was, it was just me and her. It was a pretty big house. There was plenty of room, and I liked it there. I liked only have to clean after, like, me and one other person. You would not believe how much that cuts back. But we have too many dishes. We have too many, we have too much shit in this house, and that's the problem. We have too much shit laying around, taking up space. And if we didn't, we wouldn't have this problem. We wouldn't have these issues. By the way, does anybody think it's kind of weird when some people say that? Like, not weird, but, like, do you really notice when someone pronounces a word differently than the rest of people in the room? Like, I just have some issues. Yes, you do, bitch. It's called the way you speak. No, like, I don't think it's a bad thing or anything, but, like, I notice. Like, my ears notice, and I wish I didn't with some things. Like, I remember that challenge where people were just sitting there eating onions, and they're like, oh my god, it's so bad. I'm just like... What? Anyway, I have enough onions, and these are sweet onions. Like, I don't know if these people that I saw doing that challenge bit into a different kind of onion. Okay. Now we got some pepper jack cheese, which... Ooh, it is getting a little spicy, but I think it's because it's the only thing in my mouth. That did not sound right. Onions are weird. Like, those are sweet onions, okay? If I eat them with a sandwich or, even sometimes I can eat them by themselves. If I do, I'm usually fine. I usually don't have any, like, ill effects. But ugh. It's so... Like, for me, it has to get way back here in my throat before it's even remotely hot. And it's hot on my tonsils. Kind of like when you get, like, that stinging feeling when you put, like, peroxide on something that's infected. Or alcohol in my case, because peroxide does not do anything for me. It doesn't burn. Never really has. And when I was a kid, my grandma used to use iodine. If you've never had iodine put on one of your cuts, all that I can describe is, like, it smells horrible. It stains your skin. And you feel like one of those kids that was around whenever the plague was going around and they had to, like, cauterize wounds with heat. Like, you feel like one of those motherfuckers. Like, it feels like such an old-fashioned way to, like, disinfect something. They say lunch meat is really bad for you, but I think that depends on how much you eat. Okay, so... And no, I'm not putting pickles on my fucking sandwich. Fuck you if you do that. Who the fuck does that? But I don't want to hear Ronald McDonald. Ronald McDonald was on crack. He wears a clown suit and thinks that's a good way to get kids to come to his restaurant. Yeah. Logic has gone out the window with Ronald McDonald. So, do you think he started out as a clown first, or that he was a restaurateur first, and then, like, the restaurant wasn't working out, so he decided to add being a clown to it, and then it took off? Like, that would be weird, wouldn't it? That would be weird to me. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one to find that fascinating and weird, but the things I find fascinating and weird are things that most people do not find fascinating, and things that, if I find it fascinating, everyone else finds it weird, And if I find it weird, everyone else finds it fascinating. Like, just, like, same way with the foods that I like and don't like. Like, I like Brussels sprouts. Everyone else hates them. I can sit there and eat an onion like it's an apple. Everyone else, no fucking way. I don't like pickles on my sandwich, and everyone else seems to fucking love it because you never hear anybody else complain about it. These tomatoes are warm, and that's going to make this sandwich gross. And I don't like grapes or raisins, and everyone else seems to just fucking love the shit out of them. Until just recently. Like, I grew up as a kid, like, everybody fucking wanted raisin cookies, and, like, fucking, just, like, what the fuck. When I was a kid, I hated raisins. Now it's, like, cool to hate raisins. I don't like grapes either. Seedless, seed-in, I don't care. I don't like grapes. I don't know why I don't like grapes. I just fucking don't. Right now I'm trying to get some lettuce that doesn't look diseased. Okay, here we go. And then I'm going to put another piece of buffalo turkey on top of that lettuce because I feel like if not, it's going to fall off when I go to cook the sandwich. Maybe I should use regular turkey. Yeah, I'm going to use regular turkey. Do you guys like watching me talk to myself in my kitchen? Because if you do, like, God bless. God bless. This smells saltier and more ham-like than the buffalo turkey. Does that make any sense to anybody? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, buffalo stuff is, like, so salty and so, like, I'm not going to say it's bad for you because it's probably going to be badder for you than, like, regular lunch meat, but, like, I feel like buffalo sauce, like, whatever they would use to make the turkey buffalo turkey is, like, probably saltier than without it. But this smells so much saltier. Okay, so here is our sandwich. Our sandwich. Another thing is, I like eating by myself. Unless I'm in the company of someone who I'm in a relationship with. Then I enjoy being with that person. But anyone in my family, they're usually loud. They're usually painful to be around for me. I am that really quiet person in a family who allowed people. That's what I am. And I do want to get some sleep tonight because I have to go to work at 2. It's 2 in the afternoon. It's not 2 in the morning. Right now it's like 3 in the morning. So let's get to munching, shall we? This is going to be called like my Aftermidnight Mukbang. Okay, it's falling apart. It's falling apart. Apparently one of my hairs got invited to the sandwich. I don't see it. I just literally, okay. Okay, there it is. I hope it was mine. I have no idea what that beeping noise was. I think it was my dad's watch. Okay, but anyway, the car that I used to drive to work has to have something done to it. And I'm not supposed to drive it because the steering could lock up. So, I have to get a ride from my mom. And that's going to be an ongoing process until the problem with the car is fixed and I can drive it again. It's weird because here's what it was, okay? Before I knew what was wrong with it. Here's what it was doing that made me think there was something wrong with it. I hope that's a fridge. Like, I hope one of my parents ain't getting up and coming down here with their nosy face. But like, I'd be driving, and it would just jerk to the left all the time, never to the right. And also, it seemed to do it more often when I was going from a speed of 55, 50 to 45, 35. Like, when it was dropping speeds. And there are two places when I come home from work where I have to go from going 55 to 25 or from 55 to 35. Those are just the speed limits, and that's what it was doing. And then I didn't have work for 2 days, so my dad drove it, and now I have to get a ride from my parents because he took it and let his friend look at it, or the guy that inspects their vehicles look at it, and he said that there's something wrong with it and it needs fixed. So yeah. Now, the majority of the way to work, I know that my dad drives 50 at the highest. Usually 45. Another thing that freaked me out was the last day I worked. On the way to work, I had to pull over and let some asshole go around me. Sorry, asswad. Now, during the daylight, there's no headlights blinding me. I just don't like being pushed. I will go the speed limit. I'm not going faster because I can't afford a speeding ticket. Plus, if I get pulled over, the car that I was driving, it's insured, but not for me. So, there's a lot of, risk there. So if you want to go around me, go around me. And there's places that I can pull off that are wide enough to put my whole car in and the person can go around. On the way home, I had to do the same thing. Both because they were trying to push me to go faster than the speed limit, and because the cocksucker asswad was trying to blind me with their high beams. If you're right on top of somebody, turn your high beams down. It's called respect. It doesn't matter if they're in a little car and you're up, or if they're in a little car and you're in a little car. Because even if your high beams are not level with their mirror, this mirror that's over here, your high beams are level with this mirror over here, the ones on the side. So, you're a cocksucker if you don't lower the high beam. And I know this dude wanted to go really fast because as soon as he passed me, no matter, dude, girl, I don't know, the car was like a speck in front of me. And my eyes were fucked up a little bit after having the light shine in my eyes. I was trying not to look at it. But there's only so many ways you can duck down and move your head around without moving your mirrors. And I don't like to move my mirrors because I need to be able to see if someone else comes up behind me and is doing that. I get told by people, lower your mirrors. Well, then I can't fucking see what's behind me. And occasionally assholes like to sneak up behind you without their fucking lights on. It was foggy the one day, and in my state, you have to legally have your lights on if it's foggy. Your front lights. Not your high fucking beams, but in the daytime or the nighttime if it's foggy. In the nighttime you gotta have one anyway, but when it's foggy, it's legally required. You're supposed to have your fucking headlights on. your headlights on. This individual was not doing that. Luckily, I'm very perceptive, and I pick up on little things like that. I do feel bad though, because one day the thing about our school buses in this area is a lot of them have to stop in areas where they're going 55. And there was one time where I went past the school bus that it was stopped, and I didn't realize it was completely stopped. And when I went to hit the brakes, after I realized it was stopped, it was too late for me to stop without the person behind me hitting me in the ass. So I went past and I got beeped at, and I feel bad about that. There was no kids on my side of the road. They were all going that way. Because there was a minivan waiting to pick them up. And there was this other time where I completely stopped thinking this bus was stopped, but it kept going past me. And the person behind me had to stop as well because I overcorrected because I have anxiety and because I thought, I'm not fucking this up again. I'm stopping. I'm going to be a good citizen. I'm going to do the right thing. But the fucking bus was not stopping. It just had its fucking lights on. But I would rather be behind a school bus than on the opposite lane. Because if you're behind a school bus, you can tell if it's slowing down. If you're coming towards it from the opposite direction, it's hard to tell. Is it slowing down? Is it still moving? Or is it completely stopped? Because you're getting closer to it, so it looks like it's moving still. Up until a certain point. Guys, I'm going to do a video where I show you guys, what I want to do is do a video where I show you guys what I'm sending my boyfriend for Valentine's Day, but I don't know if I should because he doesn't watch my videos, not because he doesn't care, but because, like, he and I watch completely different things on YouTube. His channel is Aiden Cameron. Now, if you type in Aiden Cameron, there'll be like 3 or 4 that come up. The one that says the 19-year-old, that's his channel, even though he's 23. It's because it's been that long since he updated that and wrote that. But if you go to his videos, you don't even have to watch them, but you'll see what I mean. Like, he watches car stuff and tech stuff and stuff like that, and I watch those sometimes with him, and I don't mind, unless I'm really not in the mood, which is not his fault. But me, I watch things like Shane Dawson's eating videos and his testing girl products, and Drew Monson and Trish Paytas and Garrett Watts, things like that, silly things. And the stuff I upload is about eating and rants and stuff like that. And I know I'm going to get a comment from some fucked up dickhead that says, oh, well, he's long distance, well, that's retarded, blah, blah, blah. There have been lots of successful long distance relationships. Just like there have been millions of unsuccessful close distance relationships. There have been people who lived together for years and broken up. Because the whole basis of their relationship, well, at least they're close to me. They literally got together because it was the person that was closest to them. It was kind of like a love the one you're with situation, whereas I refuse to settle for someone that's local to me if they're going to treat me like shit, if they're going to be addicted to, drugs and alcohol, and if they're going to, take up all my time and money on stupid shit. literally every guy in my town is either a drug addict, an alcoholic, a compulsive buyer of bullshit, an abusive asshole, or a combination of all those. Or they're just being nice to get into your pants. And guys, I have a suggestion for you if you're one of those guys that just be nice to a girl so you can get in her pants. What you need to find is a girl that doesn't care, that just wants to get in your pants too. That's what you need to do. Be blatant and message a girl and say, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship. I don't want to have to bullshit you into this. Do you want to sleep with me? We can hook up and never talk again. And if she says yeah, go with it. If she says no, just be like, thanks, I was just being honest. I appreciate your honesty too, and then go move on. It doesn't make you look like a bad person. It might make you look like a dick to some girls. But the girls that usually react that way, I can tell you right now, it's because they're not as outgoing as you. They're not as outgoing as the person who would be okay with that. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them, but they probably were brought up to judge you for it. So if they say something mean, just be like, okay, sorry to bother you, and move on. Because there's a girl out there that's just as horny as you are, that wants the same things that you do. If you're gay, there's another guy out there that wants the same things you do. If you're a lesbian, there's another girl out there that wants the same things you do. I'm tired of people being like, oh, well, he broke my heart and used me. That's because he was trying to get something from you that you weren't looking for, and you were trying to get something from him that he wasn't ready for. It's usually girls who are heterosexuals talking about heterosexual men. I'm sorry, but that's the experience I've been, that's the experience I've been gifted with, so that's the experience I'm giving you. I've never had a guy do that to me because every time that I went after someone, I knew what it was. I've always known what I wanted as far as relationships go. And girls, for the love of fuck, stop looking for love. Stop looking for sentimental bullshit and look for respect. Because he's not going to give you romance or give you time or give you love or give you a genuine affection if he doesn't first respect you as a person. And that doesn't mean you have to do certain things in order to be respected. That doesn't mean you have to dress a certain way and carry yourself a certain way. That just means you have to understand that someone either does respect you or doesn't. Sorry I'm ranting this in the video, but this is what happens when I'm sitting here eating, and I'm thinking, and it's after midnight. But yeah, everybody, whether you're a guy or a girl, actually, stop being afraid, no matter what age you are. Whether you're 15, 16, 17, 20, 25, 28, 30, 46, 40, whatever. No matter how old you are, stop being afraid to put your cards on the table. Stop being afraid to say, oh, this is what I want versus this. Because you're going to save yourself a lot of time, a lot of anguish, a lot of broken heart, a lot of tears, a lot of problems if you just tell someone and they can go, well, I'm sorry, or, they can either say, well, I'm sorry, that's not what I'm looking for, or, well, me too, I'm sure this is not revolutionary advice. I'm not the only person to ever say this. But it's true. I didn't start dating until I was technically I didn't have a real boyfriend until I was 22, 23. But here's the thing. I dated a guy for a week. I dated a local guy for a week who was 17 and I was 20. We never did anything. All we ever did was kiss. That was it. And he just wanted to lose his V card. And I was just like, meh, why not? I'll hang out with him, whatever. At that point in my life, I wasn't ready to have sex. I wasn't ready to give hand jobs, blow jobs, or anything. kissing him was awkward. But and for a long time, I messed around with people online. I'm not afraid to say that. If you don't know what I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it, but I messed around with people on cams. You know, I sexted, I guess is what you would call it. There's a lot of people that have, so I'm not alone on that, but my first real boyfriend that I had sex with, I went to stay at his house. I went on actual dates with him, even though, you know, I paid for the majority of the shit throughout the relationship more often than he did, was my ex. And I was with people after him, so obviously it's not like, oh, the wound is still there. No. I was with people physically and went on dates with other people. You know, I didn't end up dating them for as long as him, but now I'm dating someone long distance. And this particular person is actually a person who I've been friends with since 2012. And yet, I've always had kind of a crush on him. And we've always kind of flirted and had this, like, relationship, and then it blossomed into Skyping all the time and fooling around on Skype, and, you know, I'm not trying to give away all her, like, full details of our relationship, but you know what I mean when I say that. And I feel a genuine, you know, like, a connection with him, happiness with him, and stuff like that. And there's people that would tell me that's delusional, and you can't, that's another thing, you can't let other people talk you down and out of a relationship that means something to you. Because you're going to end up making choices based on how someone else feels or how lots of other people in your life feel versus what you feel. And I've known people like that my entire life that did that, and they're not happy where they're at right now. They're not happy with their life. They're not happy with their career, whatever it may be. They're not happy with it because they did what everyone else told them to fucking do. And I'm not one of those people. I'm just not. And I don't care how many people pick on me and tell me that I'm dumb or whatever for it. It does not mean anything. I don't even hear it anymore. I don't get people saying that to me anymore, actually. There's not a lot of people that have told in real life, like, unless it's someone I trust. And I have to trust them a lot. Like, there's people that know that I talk to him, but they don't know that we're dating. It's on my Facebook, but there's certain people in my real life that do not know, because I don't trust them not to treat me like an idiot. I'm not going to tell someone if they are going to belittle me for something that I'm just going to say to them. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it to me. My decision will remain the same, so I don't want to deal with the argument and the battle. And I'm like that with a lot of things in my life. I just won't tell someone about something if I feel like it's only going to impact me in the first place. Their feelings become irrelevant, so I don't tell them. If it's something that's going to happen or something that already has happened, I'm not going to tell you. But anyway, guys, this video is getting to be way too long, longer than I ever planned it to be, and I'm going to go now because, one, it's probably getting really about time that my parents are going to wake up, and I don't want them waking up and catching me down here talking to my fucking iPod, because that'll just be like, what are you doing? And also, I just want to let you guys know, again, if you've watched this far into the video, to click on the description and check out the links to my Patreon, the links to my playlist, which there's going to be a Mukbang playlist and a Someone Has to Say It rant playlist, as well as checking out my other videos. I want to start posting more singing videos. I have loads of fucking lyrics that I need to sing, that I want to sing. I don't have music with it when I do a singing video. And I'm going to try and do more just the singing and then talking about what inspired the song, and then cut off the video, because this one video I posted is called The Pity Olympics. The singing is the first thing you hear, but the entire video is 10 minutes. And I'm just going to say that if you go look that one up on my channel, you do not have to watch the entire video. All you have to do is watch the singing portion, and then you can either comment or just leave a thumbs up, whatever. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as always, and I appreciate all of you beautiful people for subscribing to me. There's 105 of you guys now. It's insane to me. It's fucking insane because for a long time, for like 2 years, I was stuck at like 64 subscribers. And then I started doing eating videos, and I noticed that people watched them for some reason. And that was a couple months ago, believe it or not. That was in August or September that I started doing eating videos. So yeah, I'm gonna go now, and hopefully when this goes up, it's daytime, or, you know, at least some, you know, a decent time for people to be watching it. I don't know when it's gonna go up, but thank you for watching, and I appreciate your time and your energy, and I hope the advice that I gave after I was through eating was solid advice. And yes, this is what my hair looks like before I comb it. It's kind of knotted up, I'm not gonna lie, but don't I look like a female version of Tarzan? I'm gonna go now, guys, and I will see you in the future.